I could see that.
Much drier. My humor is much more like my father's. And my father made my mother laugh. So I think I'm much drier. And Cooper and people don't realize how silly my mother was in real life. But Cooper and I are very silly. And everyone always laughs because we'll give each other, like, we always give each other like stupid mugs. You know, like that's the kind of shit we give each other. For Valentine's Day, I got him a keychain that has a picture of a shrimp on it. And it says, I shrimply love you. Like for Cooper and I laugh and laugh and laugh and laugh. You know, I got him the mug that said, I smile because I'm your mother. I laugh because there's nothing you can do about it. But that's, you know, so that's our humor. We're always sending really goofy Instagram videos back and forth. So Cooper and I are both very silly.
I don't even know where you would find a keychain that said that or mugs of the sort. I mean, I'm sure you could Google it, but.
By the way, I think I don't even remember where I found that. I was like, it just made me laugh.
You see it and you're like.
He sent me a water bottle for Valentine's Day that was so funny. I can't even say what it says on it on the air. But everyone's like, oh my God, that's hilarious. Where'd you get that? I'm like, my son.
You're like, this is from my son. But you never thought of trying any type of comedy, like stand-up?
Oh God, no, I would never do stand-up. That would be like walking into the fire and knowing you're going to get incinerated.
Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah.
And Fashion Police was really funny too, for a lot of reasons.
Fashion Police was very funny. You know, that's the show. Everyone's like, bring it back, bring it back. You can say whatever. You can get away with it. I'm like, no, you can't. No, you can't. You cannot. To be able to say that you didn't like someone's dress, you are going to have to qualify it so much so that you don't get in trouble. It'll take up the whole show. I'm not saying that they're a bad person. I love them as a person. I'm sure that they had other options of the dresses. I'm not criticizing how they made their decision. I just think maybe it could have been a little more flattering, but that's not saying they don't look amazing. How boring is that?
And then you'll probably have to say, like, I have nothing personal against this designer.
I have nothing personal against this designer. I feel they're super talented, but obviously I'm just, you know, I don't love this together.
Yeah, that would take forever.
Also, it would be boring.
It wouldn't be as interesting as the magic that it was during the first several incarnations.
Yeah, it would be boring as hell.
How is your podcast going, Melissa Rivers group text?
It's going great. I'm having the best time and super interesting guests. I've gotten the opportunity, which has become really fun, of getting a lot of people right as they're breaking. And that's really fun because there's like a lot of these actors and actors are still very excited and it's just beginning to happen. And they're very happy because you can feel the energy. And that's such a wonderful time to interview someone because they're not callous and jaded like me yet.
Or me. And like, they're just excited by their careers. They're a little bit looser on what they say. They're just real. It's a real conversation.
Yes.
Than talking to someone with 17 agents and managers and networks on the other line that nobody can see or hear about or knows.
Right.
For the record, everyone, no one is on the line listening today with me and Melissa. Just putting that out there.
Oh yeah, no.
Just us.
But we have a relationship. We've got a mutual love.
We do. After 3 times. I mean, do you have a dream guest? Like if you could have anyone on your podcast?
Oh, that is such a long list.
Right.
You know, who was your dream guest?
Well, I mean, realistically, I would have to say I've gotten a lot of people along the way, but you know, I mean, realistic or not, because Madonna and Cher, I mean, not that I'm gay or anything, would be the 2 that I would like. But like, if I'm living in the real world of reality, you know, I always tell people I have weird taste. So like, I like the 90210s. Like I like a Shannon Doherty. I would love to talk to. It's strange. Like not even people like that. But really Madonna and Cher. But if I'm being realistic, like a Shannon Doherty. What about you?
But no, I'm saying fantasy guests would be Madonna and Cher.
Yeah. 5 minutes, 3 minutes, whatever
A
it
minute
is.
30.
But also, like, I have to say, like, I would love like a Kris Kardashian too, just from like, because I love, like, I've had people from Shark Tank, like, I love like a business interview also, and just like where it's both. So like with Kris, there's so much, but I would want to get into like her business mind and just be like, same thing you said, like, do you realize you're like the most brilliant, one of the most just brilliant? You're brilliant.
Brilliant.
And I like to talk about like how did this all happen, and like like when you look back, like are you I would like to ask Kris Jenner, like, is she aware? Like, are you aware of like what you have done? Like, and I mean that in a positive way of like the Kardashians are, whether you love them or hate them, they're the first family of the US, period. Like, there's not a day you could click on something that isn't talking about them. That's
Crazy.
It's crazy. How is Cooper? Isn't Cooper's 21 now, right? You could officially have a drink with him.
Junior in college. He's at Berkeley. He's super happy. Still plays lacrosse, having a great season. And my baby's an adult, but he'll always be my baby.
Do you go visit a lot?
Well, I go up because it's lacrosse season. I try and go up to all the home games, and now having him on the West Coast is much easier than having him on the East Coast. I go up on a 7:30 a.m. flight. We have breakfast. We go to the game. He plays. I watch. We relax. We have a quick dinner, and I'm on the 7:30 back.
That's like perfect.
So it's perfect. And I make sure that I'm a good mom and I'm out at a decent, early-ish hour, so I don't ruin his Saturday night.
He's like, thanks for nice seeing you. I gotta go.
Exactly.
What about the last time you were here? We talked about, dating. Anything you want to share with us, Melissa?
I wish I had an update. I am dating challenged.
You and me both.
Oh, it's awful. It's awful.
Do you make an effort? Like, do you get fixed
Yes,
up?
I do make an effort, but it is like a joke.
Are you on the dating? Like, where do you meet people? The dating apps? Is it all from being fixed up?
I have been on one particular dating app, and which is so depressing, only 2 people matched with me. In a year. And
you can't like go out with it. So you have to match to be able to speak.
Right. To even contact the person. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean,
can I tell you how depressing that is? In a freaking year.
Listen, my dating situation is I mean, I've
changed my profile picture. I've done everything.
Nothing.
And it's not 0. 2 people clicked on me in a year.
What about all these friends like Jeff Lewis, Josh Flagg? Don't they have straight?
No, and I constantly am reminding them. I'm like, go through your Rolodexes.
But Josh is showing houses to all those guys. Like, whenever someone's single,
he thought he had one, but then he forgot who he was thinking of. It's just, I'm trying. I do get set up. Nothing is working. I'm just like, it's really depressing.
Yeah.
It's really depressing.
You like really are ready for a relationship.
I would like to not worry that one day the housekeeper is gonna come back on a Monday, and they'll realize I've passed because of the odor of the rotting body.
Honey, I am right there with you.
The other day I was getting out of the shower and I hadn't put down bath mats yet. I'm in my new house, and it's a marble floor, and I thought, wow, I could really slip and hurt myself. What would I do? How would I even get to the phone? I'd be stuck on the floor.
And at least I have like doorman. So I'm like, well, maybe like having neighbors, like someone would smell something and somebody would, but I get it. You're just like, but then you go out on a bad date and you're like, well, I can't just take this person because I don't, I'm worried about the end.
Right. And you can't I don't want to be with someone for the wrong reasons. And that to me is such an important distinction, to not be with someone for the wrong reasons.
Me too. Like you wait, listen, I really feel because like I know people that like are newly single now, and like I really feel it's a skill. And like once you get good at it, maybe I'm too good at it, maybe you're too good at it, but it's a skill. Like when you're okay being alone, that's the best kind of place to be, right? You don't want to be with someone for the wrong reasons. And I think a lot of people that have never been alone aren't there.